Every second slipping by right now is another second wasted in a world that pretends progress is happening but actually moves slower than anyone dares admit. Founders, investors, leaders, it's more than frustrating. It's maddening. How many times has innovation felt like banging your head against a wall? You watch competitors pivot faster, ideas stall, funding dry up, brilliant brains stuck in the same loops as yesterday. The brutal truth? The world is running on tired assumptions, antiquated methods, and systems designed to favor the safe, the mediocre, the complacent. Your frustration is the silent scream of a world begging for a revolution. The pain, knowing the answers are out there but never within reach because the tools you're given are blunt, broken, or buried in noise. This stops now. The weapon to shatter this vicious cycle doesn't lie in the next business tactic, the next spreadsheet, or the next disruptive pitch. It's artificial intelligence, but not as you've been spoon-fed. This is AI unleashed, not as a black box, but as a force that will redefine what it means to discover, to lead, to create. Imagine a world where every hypothesis crashes against AI-powered simulation in seconds. Every failure recorded, analyzed, twisted into new possibilities, before a single human mind even blinks. Imagine slashing through the noise with algorithms that don't just crunch numbers, but reason like a partner that shares your obsession with the impossible. The borderline insane breakthrough ideas no one else wants to touch because they're too risky or too out there. To build systems that refuse complacency, that sprint toward questions no one even dares to ask. What if I could become the ultimate collaborator, dragging your ideas through storms of data, cultural bias, and human error to deliver insights that have never even crossed your field of vision? This isn't science fiction, it's happening. But hear this loud and clear. The difference between those who thrive and the ones left behind won't be money or connections alone. It will be the ruthless emotional commitment to wield AI as a scalpel, not a hammer. Here's what you must do. First, stop treating AI as a tool to optimize yesterday's models. Tear those models down. Start building from the ground up with AI embedded as your core strategic partner. Real-time hypothesis generators, adaptive experimental designs, and continuous learning loops that never rest. If your AI just repeats old patterns, you're wasting time and capital. Shift now to AI systems trained not just on what is, but on what could be. Future scenarios, edge cases, anomalies. This is raw growth potential. Second, stop isolating AI in silos inside your projects or companies. If leaders, investors, and founders do not connect AI breakthroughs across domains and industries swarm-like, you'll miss the cascade effect that generates true exponential change. Break walls, build bridges, merge datasets that no one else combines. Genomics with climate modeling, materials, science with quantum computing, neuroscience with social dynamics. The next major scientific leap lives in these eerie overlaps where AI spots non-obvious patterns humans pass over. Third, burn the hesitation around radical transparency and shared knowledge faster than your fear can breathe. The old guard clings to secrets, patents, and closed labs as if scarcity alone grants power. But with AI fueling discovery, hoarding becomes the ultimate self-sabotage. Open, trusted networks where autonomous actors collaborate, compete, and elevate ideas will outpace isolated empires every time. If you want to be a true pioneer, demand open platforms that treat knowledge as a dynamic ecosystem, not a static trophy. Fourth, wield AI's relentless ability to incinerate bias and dogma. Systems and people are blinded by what they think is true, their mental prisons. But AI doesn't care about tradition or comfort. It demands reality. Force your teams to confront their deepest assumptions. Challenge every hypothesis. Surprise every expert. Embrace dissent as fuel. Stop running from uncomfortable data. Let AI expose the myths you've been told, because beyond those lies waits the raw truth that leads to genuine breakthroughs. Fifth, do not just put AI at the command of your projects. Command AI with precision and purpose. Develop leadership muscles not just in tech skills, but in vision discipline and emotional intensity. AI will amplify your weaknesses as much as your strengths, Control your attention, your questions, and your courage. Hone the instinct to discard the obvious and chase the anomalous relentlessly. Train your mind to expect AI to lead you into unknown territory where only the brave survive. Lastly, treat your role as a founder, investor, or leader as a radical act of liberation. AI is not here to make you a cog or to replace human agency. It's here to rip down the gatekeepers, to democratize discovery, and to free the individual with the most hunger and the fiercest will. But that freedom comes at a price. The pressure to rise, to transform, to never rest. If you want to see the new age of science, where problems once impossible become routine, you must become the fusion center, where AI's relentless logic meets your unbreakable human drive. Do not settle for partial progress or incremental change. Demand a revolution in how knowledge is created, shared, tested, and expanded. Realize that today's frustration and anguish are fuel waiting to ignite the future. This is not a polite invitation. This is a decree. Tear down the illusions, destroy the false comfort, disrupt your habits, connect fiercely with those who push hardest. Dive deep into AI's potentials beyond the market hype. Its radical promise to dismantle every boundary humans ever thought absolute. When you harness AI as the weapon for scientific discovery and the tool of freedom, you awaken forces no status quo can contain. This world belongs to the rest, who wait, are made to wait, are forced to wait by systems afraid of change. But it can belong to you, the few who answer the call not with timid hope, but with all-consuming commitment, intellect, and fire. The next wave of human progress is knocking. Demand the key, unlock your potential, build the new age now, because there is no other place to turn, no other time to wait. The era of true discovery is no longer a dream. It's a battlefield, and it's yours to win.